Have you ever been running late for an important meeting only for your car to break down? Or maybe you've been working on a big project only to have your computer crash just as you were about to hit the save button. It's as if the universe has a vendetta against you, right? Well, that's Murphy's Law. The idea that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But here's the thing, Murphy's Law isn't just about bad luck or cosmic mischief. It's a fascinating concept that touches on human psychology, probability, and even engineering. So, why does it feel so painfully accurate? And more importantly, is there anything we can do about it? Well, my name is Cardio Hater, and stick around because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why Murphy's Law works, the way it works, but you might even learn how to use it to your advantage. Now let's dive in. What is Murphy's Law? Murphy's Law states quite simply that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. It's the ultimate pessimistic mantra. But there's more to it than meets the eye. The law originated in the late 1940s during testing at the Edwards Air Force Base. Captain Edward A. Murphy, an aerospace engineer, was testing the tolerance of human subjects to G-forces when he discovered a technical error in the equipment. Frustrated, he reportedly muttered, "If there's any way they can do it wrong, they will." The phrase was quickly adopted by his colleagues and later by the media, evolving into a broader version of what we know today. But while it's often seen as a tongue-in-cheek commentary on bad luck, Murphy's Law does have real-world applications, especially in engineering and project management. It's a reminder to anticipate problems and plan for the future. However, a common misconception is that Murphy's Law predicts what is already bound to happen. In reality, it's more about probability than predestination. If there's any chance for something to go wrong, no matter how small, the possibility eventually materializes given enough time or chance. Why does Murphy's Law feel so real? If Murphy's Law is just about probability, why does it feel like the universe is always out to get us? The answer lies in the quirks of human psychology. Now let's break it down. First, there is confirmation bias. This is our brain's tendency to notice and remember events that align with our expectations while ignoring those that don't. When something goes wrong, especially at the worst moment, it sticks in our memory. But when things go smoothly, we tend to forget them because they're less emotionally charged. In other words, our brain are wired to focus on the negative, making Murphy's Law seem far more real than it actually is. Next, consider negativity bias, our natural inclination to give more weight to bad experiences rather than the good ones. This evolutionary trait helped our ancestors survive by paying more attention to threats, but in modern life, it means we're more likely to remember the one time we spilled the coffee on our shirt than the millions or even hundreds of times that we didn't. Then there's the science of perception and timing. We often notice Murphy's Law in moments of high stress or importance, like rushing to work or meeting a deadline. These situations heighten our awareness of problems, making them feel larger than they actually are. Ironically, the more we worry about something going wrong, the more likely we are able to notice that it is going wrong. Finally, there's an element of sheer probability. When there are many opportunities for failure, the odds of at least one thing going wrong increases dramatically. This is why complex systems, from technology to even relationships, seem to experience Murphy moments than the simpler stuff. So, is Murphy's Law real? Not in the cosmic sense, but it's a perfect storm of psychology, perception, and probability that when working together makes it feel all too true. Real life examples of Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law isn't just some abstract idea, it's something we encounter every single day. Let's start with some relatable examples. Traffic jams. You're running late and every light seems to turn red. Meanwhile, every other lane seems to be moving faster. This isn't just some bad luck, it's just observational bias. You're just more likely to notice the delays when you're in a hurry and your brain exaggerates the whole experience. But Murphy's Law doesn't stop at minor inconvenience, it also applies to large scale failures. Think about the Mars Climate Orbiter, a NASA spacecraft that disintegrated in 1999 because one team used metric measurements while the other used imperial. These seemingly small oversight led to a catastrophic failure, perfectly illustrating the principle. Even technology isn't immune. Ever had your phone battery die right when you needed it the most? That's Murphy's Law playing out in the digital age. Or take cybersecurity breaches. Hackers often exploit the smallest oversight, proving that if there's a weakness in the system, it will eventually be found. Whether it's a personal mishap or a large-scale failure, Murphy's Law serves as a humbling reminder no matter how well we plan, the unexpected can and will happen. What can we learn from Murphy's Law? At first, Murphy's Law might seem like a recipe for pessimism, but when you dig deeper, it can actually teach us some pretty valuable lessons. For starters, it reminds us to be prepared for the unexpected. Engineers and project managers embrace Murphy's Law to build redundancy and safeguard into their systems. The idea isn't to expect failure, but to be ready for when it happens. Murphy's Law also highlights the importance of adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and those who can pivot and problem solve are better equipped to handle challenges. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, view them as an opportunity to grow, to learn. Finally, Murphy's Law can inspire gratitude. For every time something goes wrong, there are countless moments where things go right. By focusing on what works instead of what doesn't, we can balance the negativity bias and appreciate the small victories. In short, Murphy's Law isn't about giving up hope. It's about staying grounded and staying prepared and staying resilient. So the next time your toast lands butter side down or your phone dies at probably the worst possible time ever, don't despair. It's just Murphy's Law reminding you that life is full of surprises. By understanding this principle, we can plan better, adapt faster, maybe even laugh a little when things go bad. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who could use a little reminder that they're not always alone in their struggles. Thanks for watching, and remember, what can go wrong doesn't always have to ruin